In this video, I'm opening up about my struggles with mental health and addiction and how art and a creative practice made all the difference. Hey friends, what's up? Welcome. My name is Shayda Campbell, and on this channel, we make art and it's fun, not scary. Today's video is something a little different. I want to talk to you about art and mental health. I'm going to slowly and peacefully paint some stuff, and I want to share a little bit with you about how art and my creative practice has been a real light in the darkness through many years. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you'll get something out of this. For a long time, I didn't want to discuss my mental health on this channel because I was afraid that if my family heard me say I had a rough time, that they would hear I had a rough life. And that's certainly not the case. There's no one to blame. I think that's part of the stigma that if you say you're struggling with your mental health, we think you had a rough childhood or something like that. But we all have mental health and we all struggle somewhere on that spectrum, whether it's anxiety or addiction. And addiction was at the center of my mental health struggle for much of my 20s. I spent almost a decade sort of in the shadowy forest of addiction, and I could not find my way out. And in the end, when I was finally getting clean with a lot of help, I did not do it on my own. I did it with medication, with family support, with doctor's support. I do want to say that. But I think the hardest part was sort of after the addiction. I just had no serotonin, and I spent 12 months at least in this just gray fog. No highs, no happy highs, no low, sad lows, just nothing. And the nothingness was debilitating. And so at some point, I started to use art and craft to give myself purpose during that very, very strange time. This feeling of nothing, feeling nothing was 1,000 times worse for me than feeling sad or feeling manic, which I had a lot of experience with. And making things gave me a sense of purpose. And I really found my way by doing all kinds of daily tasks, by involving myself in the business of living and making, like really crafting my life. I found a little bit of beauty in my everyday existence that I didn't think was there. And I have so much to tell you about that. But first, I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. So this is actually a coincidence that we have a sponsor to do with mental health, but I'm very excited because it was my goal for this year to share my struggles along with the paintings, because I think the struggle gives a lot more depth to those pretty pictures. And so if you think you might be feeling depressed, stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, today's sponsor, BetterHelp, is there to help you. They offer licensed therapists who are trained to listen to you and help you. All you need to do is fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours. You can talk with your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience, and there is a really broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network, and that means you have access to help that may not be available in your area. You can schedule secure video and phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything that you share is completely confidential. You can also request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Talk therapy has had a huge impact on my life and helped me to become the thriving person that I am today. So get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Shayda. That's betterhelp.com/Shayda, and it is linked in the video description below. So as I was coming out of this decade of a lot of struggle. I had family support, I was taking medication, I was seeing a psychiatrist, and all of that was saving my life. But I was doing the work of trying to find beauty and find myself as well. And that's where all of these wonderful arts and crafts came in. So I was doing things like canning my own food. I learned to make candies. I'm quite an accomplished caramel maker now. I learned leatherworking. I took up watercolor as part of it. I started journaling. I was working on my photography. I learned to knit. I didn't do all of this in 1 year, but I did a lot. And I just slowly started kind of building all these skills, and I used them as just ways to give myself some meaning and purpose in this gray nothing that was my life. It actually helped me to not only feel better, and through enjoying these tasks, I was like just doing something that was positive, and that was making me feel a little more positive, and I had things to show for myself, which was really nice. But it wasn't just that. I think on like an intellectual level, it made me feel like there was a beauty in life that I could experience, and that was something that had kind of plagued me, this feeling that I just couldn't find my place in the world. I had always struggled with a modern existence that just didn't seem to yield any response to the human need for beauty. And I think it was during this time that I realized that the best way to find beauty and meaning in the things that surround us every day is to be involved in the process of their creation. So hence the canning and candy making, and I was furniture refinishing and painting, and yeah, it was really good. I really hope that if you'll get anything out of this video, it's first that you're not alone, or if you have a child or a parent that's struggling with addiction, I just would hate for you to look at me and think, oh, I bet her family's perfect, or her life, it looks so nice. It's like we all have been through this, right? And we've all been through something to do with physical or mental health struggles. So you're not alone, but also that painting is really not about doing like a good job. It is so much about taking joy in the materials, which is something I say often, and playing and giving that kind of gift to yourself, that time. Yeah, gosh, there's so much more I could say, and there's more that I will say in future videos, since this is a goal of mine to speak more openly about mental health on this channel, because so many of us are just making art to make ourselves feel good. I think we all know a lot about that. So please comment below with your own experiences, your struggles, your triumphs, and how you used creativity to get through the day. If you have any questions, if I'm comfortable answering, I certainly will. And I just love you guys. I love you for being here, because this is what this community is all about. Thanks for hanging out with me.